So I am back. I am back for to give some advice and stuff like that. But wait for a few people to get on first before I start. So, like I was saying earlier, there is every other Wednesday. I'm going to try my best to go live so I'm able to give you guys some really good advice. So if you have a question about something or anything, I'm all for helping and giving advice, whatever questions or whatever that you have. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes and let people come on and everything before I start. Give just a few minutes. And if there's anything that you want to ask or any questions or anything, just let me know, and I'll be able to answer any questions to the best of my ability and everything. So I hope y'all are having a good Wednesday and everything. So far, so good for me. It's all right. It's not such a bad day at all whatsoever. So yeah, give some people some time to get in. I'm folding these questions that I asked earlier for people, what type of questions they want to ask and everything. So let me give it a little minute before I start answering these questions. And these are just people who needed some advice on some things. And I'm just gonna try to answer the questions as best as I can. I'm gonna probably do this every other Wednesday. So yeah. And all my questions are in here. Isn't this pretty? This is what my daughter made for me. So we're gonna put it here out of the seashell. Look at my cat. That's Nala. So this is the seashell that my baby made for me. And we're just gonna shuffle some of these cards, some of these questions up to see what. Hey, how you doing? We're gonna shuffle these up. Hi y'all. Welcome to the live. Here you go. Nala. Say hi. Up. Wait a minute. Get down. Get down so they can see you. Get down. Get down. Get down. Say hi. Hi. That's Nala. Y'all say hey, Nala. She cute. Say thank you. She is 3 years old. Legs look nice. Okay. All right. Get down. Get down. All right. So we're going to pick some questions to see what we're going to ask and see what type of questions that people have for us today. Okay. And I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my ability. All right. If y'all have any questions that y'all want answered or any advice and stuff, then I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So you so scary. She's so scary, y'all. So yeah. So anyway, hi, welcome to the live, y'all. Welcome to the live. All right, so we're gonna start since we have some people in here. I'm not gonna stay on too long. I'm just going to answer a few questions. If you have any questions or anything for me that you need advice on, then I'll be happy to answer those, okay, for you. And it'll be every other Wednesday that I'll do Advice Wednesday, okay? Hi, Princess Army. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. We're just picking out questions from Alpha the Live to be able to see what type of questions people have been asking. You need advice? Okay. All right, I got you, girl. All right, so I'm gonna answer some of these questions first. One person wrote to me and said, "What do I do for peace of mind? What do I do for peace of mind?" So some of the things that you could do for peace of mind. A lot of people, some people like to meditate. Some people like to sit and do yoga. Whatever you feel comfortable with doing. For instance, if you like to um, eat your favorite meal, be alone, listen to music, sit outside, grounding. A lot of people like to sit outside with nature and everything like that. So if that's your type of thing, you can do that for peace. Being alone sometimes hanging out with friends is a form of peace, and family. It's always something that you love to do pertaining to yourself. So, for instance, for me, what I do is I like to listen to motivational things like YouTubes and everything pertaining to motivational sermons, motivational speaking, and everything like that to kind of pour positivity back into myself. I like to do that, and I love to listen to music. Sometimes I just drive my car and everything, just listen to music and be alone. Or sometimes I go hang out with friends. So that's what I do. A lot of times I'll sit and listen to high vibrational music. Some people like to, take a religious path where they pray, they read their Bible, they listen to sermons and stuff like that. So those are the things that you can do for peace. I personally would go sit by some water, which will also be some form of grounding as well. So that's what I like to do for a peace of mind. Like when life is getting too hard or too stressful and everything, I like to, do things like that. So I'm gonna keep this paper out and everything. I ain't gonna put it back in there. And this is what we're pulling it out of. Okay, so we got all these questions up in here that people want to know and everything, and they want advice on. So we're gonna pull. Let's see. Is there something? You're doing great. That's good. That's a great idea. Yes, you can incorporate that too as well in your advice Thursday, as well as um when you go live every other Wednesday. This is Princess Army, y'all. She will be doing this as well. Wisdom Wednesdays is what we call this. And so if you follow her, turning your notifications on, she'll be going live as well, giving advice. And that's a great friend of mine. So follow her as well, if y'all don't mind. Yeah, pulling questions and stuff like that, playing games with them. She said, "Hi, everyone." So that's the first question. We're going to ask another question, and then I'm going to go into the chat to see if y'all have any questions or anything that y'all want to ask. Okay, so we're going to shuffle it up a little bit. We're going to shuffling. Then I'm going to pull a card, not a card, y'all, a paper. All right, so we're going to get this one and see what this person wants to know. This person, and I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do 3 more, and then after I do this one, I'm going to answer this one, and then I'm going to go to the chat to see if y'all have any advice that y'all may need. This is my first year of college, and I feel alone sometimes. So this person feel as though they're alone, they're in college, they're by themselves and everything. And that's the thing. Going to college can be very scary because sometimes you're away from your parents for the first time. You don't know, it's your first time being an adult and you don't know what to expect. you're out there in the real world and you have to kind of figure out what you're gonna eat, where you gonna go grocery shopping. You may or may not have bills yet, but it can be very scary because you may feel like you're alone, and that is the worst feeling ever. You don't want to feel alone, right? So some of the things that you can do if you're the type of person to meet friends, because if you didn't go to college with your friends or anything like that, it can be very lonely because now you're in the middle of nowhere, you're by yourself, you don't know anyone or anything like that. So it can be very scary and very intimidating. Some of the things that I would suggest is that you could probably possibly do, you may join some things, like for example, join clubs, join things that you're able to get to know more people so you can kind of put your foot out there. If you're somebody who is very shy and you don't like doing that, um you can kind of go places. If you live on campus and stuff like that, you can include yourself in little things. For example, if there's a library, you can go sit in the library, um possibly, do things like that, read your book, speak to people, say hi to people, and try to find your tribe, try to find people who have things that's in common with you. If that sounds too intimidating for you, and you feel to the point where you get like, this is very overwhelming, like I'm emotionally, this is too much for me, then you can always call the crisis line 988 and talk to somebody. You don't want to deal with anything by yourself or alone at any time. So you can always call 988. If you don't want to talk to no one on the actual phone, you can always text 988. So that way you're able to reach people and talk to people at any given time. They're open 24 hours a day. You don't want to experience life alone or feel like you're alone at any given time by yourself, right? So there's resources out there to help you. But if you just at that point that you're just like, I'm just feeling really lonely, or I just don't feel like, I could do this anymore, then those are resources that you can also call, to be able to help and be able to talk to somebody. If you want to just make people, make friends and stuff like that, you could do that. But if that just seems like too intimidated, then just take baby steps, take your time. You don't have to just jump into, you know, being friends with people. Try to join things that you enjoy doing. If you have a car, you have a vehicle, try to go places and do things like treat yourself. If that's scary to you, I understand that, but for some people it's not. Some people enjoy going to the movies by themselves. Some people enjoy going to the mall or something like that. Possibly invite, if you're too far away from home and you don't have any vehicle or anything like that, try to see if you can, like I said before, join a club or something like that, you know. Okay, take your time. So that's some ideas, with, being alone or whatever, or being in college. So hey y'all, hi. All right, so I'm going to open up the chat before I pull any more questions in our little handy dandy shell that my daughter made for me. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so I pulled two questions, so I'm gonna open up the chat. Anybody, Princess Army, you said that you needed advice on something. So what is your question and what advice do you need? Hey Starfish. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the broadcast, Starfish, Princess Army, Sophia. Thank y'all for joining the broadcast. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Oh my gosh, you got a child? So, all right. So anything y'all, any advice that y'all need on anything, so I can ask. If not, then I pull another question. So the chat is open to y'all. The chat is open for y'all. Please be respectful, be loving, and good energy on the broadcast. If not, then of course my mods will have to step in. So be respectful to each other, love each other, be respectful to the host as well. And let's do some positive vibes up in here, high vibration, okay? Okay, so Princess Army says, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? Well, I'm glad that you could stop by, Queen. I have a friend I've been knowing for 1 year. I always support her with whatever she does, but she do not support me. What should I do? Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so if you support her but she do not support you, is when we really have to ask ourselves, you know what I'm saying, where we stand in relationship with different people. Because a lot of times, we may outgrow people. Sometimes the season is open to meet new people and new friends and everything. And maybe that other person is not meant to go with you in the next season. For instance, for example, if she's your friend and you support her but she doesn't support you, then maybe she's going through something. Maybe she may need somebody to talk to. Maybe you can kind of, if you have spoke to her about it before and those things have not changed, then maybe this season is, a new tribe. Maybe there's a new tribe that needs to come in. For instance, um by you stepping out in your calling and in your platform, we can't bring everybody with us, unfortunately. Now, some people we can bring with us, and some people we can't bring with us. So maybe in this season is not the season for her to come with you, and maybe it's something else that she's called to do, and it's something else that you're called to do, which is quite all right. Because a lot of times we feel offended or we're upset because we feel as though, this person is not supporting us, this person is not putting effort. I'm doing these things to them, but they're not doing those things for me and everything. So it's perfectly fine, not of course for them to mistreat you, of course not for them to make you feel as though, you shouldn't have the same support in return. But it's perfectly fine to outgrow people. A lot of times in life, each season brings in different people, different things, different environments, and everything, right? So this just may be that season that this person may or may not supposed to go with you. But that's the decision that you have to really sit down and tell yourself, like, is this someone that I want to continue to be friends with? Is this someone I shouldn't be continue to be friends with? And that decision is going to be based off of your love for yourself and what you deserve. Maybe, it could be a time where, she may become, or he may become a associate or somebody you kind of talk to from here and there. Or maybe it's somebody you could just sit down and you could talk to them about that and tell them how and let them know how you feel and how them not supporting you makes you feel. If that does not work and they still are doing the same thing continuously, then maybe y'all are just outgrowing each other and y'all are on a different path than each other, which is perfectly fine, which is understandable. But you have to put yourself first and you have to love yourself first, no matter what. No matter how much you care about somebody else or love somebody else, always love yourself first. Put yourself first. So if that person is not bringing you up and not elevating you, and you're breathing life into them, but they're not breathing life into you, and stuff like that, then it can kind of be draining. You know what I'm saying? It's energy, like energy vampires. It can pull from your energy. And you don't want that. You don't want nobody that's taking from you and you giving all the time, but you're not getting the same thing back in return. It has to be an equal friendship. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's not going to be on the same level because people go through things all the time. So maybe that person could be going through something, like I said before, or maybe not. Or maybe it's just a season for you to move forward without them. So it really is going to be based on how you feel and what's best for you at the end of the day. Okay? Let me see what else y'all saying in the chat. Exactly. Yep, especially if y'all was very close. Mm-hmm. The thing is, she is aware she don't support me, but she don't try to fix it, but expects me to be there for her 100%. Oh, wow. You need my help? You don't know how to work it? I can see your message. So, okay, so all right, so that's the thing. Um, if she knows that she's doing that 100%, if she knows that what she's doing, then that's your answer. You have to. I don't care if you've been friends 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years. I'm not telling you to discontinue your friendship. What I'm telling you is that you have to do what's best for you at all times, right? So if that person is not breathing life into you and they're draining you and you're only doing your part, then that's not fair to you. And so that's when you have to decide on a decision that you may have to make. And and listen, you probably don't even have to stop being friends. You could just step back maybe. Sometimes, um it's okay to love people from a distance. Sometimes it's okay to give them space, give them time. Sometimes, you learn from them and they learn from you. But there's somebody out here that's gonna breathe life into you. So do what's best for you at all times. If you're giving 100% and they're expecting you to give 100%, but they're not doing their part, then that's not the friend for you. You know, you don't want that. It has to be my friendships, the friendships that I have, all of my friendships at least are 10 years or more. I don't have no friendships that's less than 10 years, right? A lot of them are 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? It's a lot. My best friend, I've been friends with her since I was 7 and she was 6 years old. We're 42, 41 now. So and even in that friendship, you know what I'm saying? We have good times and we have bad times, but we understand each other and we're going to be friends until we stop breathing because that friend means everything to me. I have friendships that I have been, of course, like with you, Princess Army, me and you've been friends for a very long time. Sapphire, we've been friends for a very long time. I believe at least, 10 years at least. So it comes down to not so much about how long you've been friends with somebody, but what that person is bringing into your life. Because the time frame does not really matter, right? I mean, it's important. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. None of it is wasted. I love my friends. I love that I've been friends with people for so long. But at the end of the day, I have friends, from childhood that I haven't even seen or spoke to in a very long time. I do consider them still my friends. I just don't, talk to them or socialize with them, right? So, and that's perfectly fine. It's okay. Because as life go on, people gonna have children. Life is gonna get busy, work. the cost of living is high. It's a lot of things, right? That plays part that y'all may not be as close as y'all was before, because life gonna keep lifing. But honestly, if you really want that friendship to work, y'all can work together to make it work. You know what I'm saying? You could tell her how you feel. Y'all could do things together. Y'all could spend time together. You can stretch. Hey, I really need your support right now. You could say it in a very loving way, in a firm way, so they know. I mean business. You know what I'm saying? I need you to show up for me. So yeah. 10 years going on 11. Yeah, you heard me. That's what I'm talking about. See there? Yeah, we've been friends a long time. Sapphire, you here listening good. He said, Jesus, so long. Yes, it's been so long. Your closest friends you've been knowing since high school. That's good. How long has it been? Mighty God. Yeah. So a lot of my friends I've been friends with for a very long time. Like I said before, it's been a long time. So I cherish friendships. I look at them more as like sisterhood, not just friendships. I love my friends dearly. I learned a lot from them. They learned a lot from me. And hey, it's a beautiful thing when it's equal. It's a beautiful thing when it's equal. It's not beautiful when it's not equal. Okay, so when people are taking is not cool. Is not good. Okay. So, is there any other questions that y'all may have, or that anyone needs advice on? I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bowl. If y'all don't have any more questions for me, I hope that helped. Um, oh my God, yeah, that's a long time. Dang. Oh, you fixing to eat dinner? What you eating for dinner? What you gonna eat for dinner? You 32 now? Okay. Little young little thing, ain't you? That's good. That's a beautiful friendship, though. Like I said, as long as y'all breathe life into each other, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, that is a long time. Oh, you already ate already. Me too. I had pasta. I had pasta, shrimp, and I had salad. That salad was good, y'all. And what else? Pasta, salad, and I had garlic bread. So yeah. What y'all had for dinner? I'm about to pull. I'm gonna pull while I'm gonna shuffle, and I'm gonna pull while y'all tell me what y'all had for dinner tonight. Okay. Okay. Let's see what y'all had for dinner. Me no speak English. Sapphire, what's going on here? We had hot wings and fries. Oh, that sounds good. Wait a minute now. You had a patty and some chips. Just a patty, no bread, no nothing. Wait a minute now. Child, I'll still be hungry. I'll still be hungry. I need some bread or something, but that do sound good though. Still do. I'm not gonna lie. Sapphire. Seafood bowl. Oh, that's a that shit came by your house. Right, she ain't sharing nobody. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the next question, okay, y'all? If y'all don't mind. I don't want it to get too late on us, okay? Because I know some people Eastern time it's gonna get late, and I know it's a school day and a work night for some people, so I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, okay? Not tonight anyway. I can't promise that in the future, all right? Depends on how the conversation goes. So, next question says, my parents don't spend a lot of time with me. Oh, that's sad. I hate to hear that, you know. A lot of times, and this is just me speaking from, being a grown up and adult, and me having children, me having adult, well, one is adult, and one is adult, one is 18 and one's 14. And a lot of times as parents, um we may or we may not realize that we're not spending time, and it's hard to be able to multitask for some people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people focus is on the cost of living and getting money and spending money and making sure that the child is good financially. And a lot of times we may miss the quality time with the children. And it's understandable. And sometimes, parents do it on sometimes parents don't do it on purpose. But if the parent does do it on purpose, I am absolutely sorry that you are going through that. I am so sorry that you feel as though your parents are not spending time with you. I don't know what type of household this is. I'm not sure if you're able to go and talk to your parents and tell your parents how you feel or not. Because back in the days when I was growing up, um, we were not able to express ourselves vocally as much. It was considered like talking back. It was considered trying to be grown or something like that because you express your feelings and emotions. It was a lot of put your feelings in your pocket, um, go sit in the house somewhere, stay out of grown folks' business, stay out of grown folks' face. I'm not trying to hear that, you know. So I use my hands a lot when I talk, y'all. So hey, it is what it is. Just tell y'all ahead of time, okay? So a lot of times, that's a hard one. 9 p.m. Yeah, see there, it's getting late. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I'm gonna go ahead and do this and I'm gonna wrap it on up because I know it's getting kind of late. So a lot of times, grown-ups don't realize that, you know, children have voices too. They're human, they have rights and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that a child should be disrespectful. By no means necessary should a child be disrespectful. I don't want the child to feel as though, they're getting an attitude or they talking back or they want to argue or they want to put their hands on their child or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that the child will put their hands on their parents or whatever. Um, I'm not for disrespect from nobody, not from the parent or the child. So I feel like if your parents are not spending time with you, if there may be a way that you can kind of talk to your parent, discuss things with your parents and stuff like that. So somebody will call while I'm on live. That's nice. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So, all right. So a lot of times, people don't realize that, you know, they don't have to be disrespectful when they're asking for their needs or what they want from a parent or a grown up asking what they need from a child. This day and age, we need each other. You know what I'm saying? So with the parents and everything, I feel as though if you really feel like you really want to spend time with your parents and stuff like that, maybe create some ideas. Like for instance, like, hey mom or hey dad, if you're not working or you're not too tired and stuff like that, maybe you want to play a board game with me. Um, do you want to do hot cocoa? If y'all, if your parents have a favorite meal that they love, maybe if you know how to cook, maybe you can create that favorite meal with them. Maybe you can watch a movie with them, so that way it don't require you having to go somewhere. Um, so yeah, so it's that too as well, you know. So all right, so I'm going to pull another question. What's y'all thoughts on that? My bad. What's y'all thought? What are y'all thoughts on that? What advice would y'all give the people who are watching that ask the questions about their parents and everything, not spending time with them? What are y'all thoughts? Or have you had parents that you felt like they weren't spending time with you? And what did you do in that instance? My mom used to work two jobs. So back in the days, it was very hard for her and stuff like that to spend time because she worked two jobs. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that she did for me was, McDonald's back then was like a luxury, right? So she would take us to McDonald's to play in the playpen thing. She would take us to the park. She would take us to the movies. She would let me go skating with my friends sometimes, And those are what the type of things that she would do. She wouldn't personally go skating with us or anything like that, but she did like do puzzles and spend time with us in those type of ways. So those are the things that she did with me. I feel like even though my mom worked two jobs and stuff and she was very busy, she still made time the best that she could, under the circumstances, because she was a single mother. So, um, yeah, try to communicate with your parents. Sometimes they're just trying to survive. Yes. Yes. And do the best for you. Yes, definitely. Yeah, try your best to try to see it from their perspective because the cost of living is very high now and it's harder, what I'm saying, on parents than it was back in the day. So a lot of times they may not even realize that they're not spending time with you. They may not even realize it. For real. Because, and I'm not trying to make excuse for any parents or anything, because if they're just neglecting you, then that's another thing. Okay. I don't want no child to feel as though they're being neglected and making excuses for the neglection. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so hey, do the best that you can for your situation. If you feel as though you're being neglected, then I'm definitely sorry that you're going through that and stuff. But no child should feel neglected. But if it's just quality time and stuff like that, give them grace and give them, what I'm saying, the best patience that you have to be able to create maybe some ideas or something like that. Or do something for them, like treat them like, you know, um, like I said earlier, favorite meal, favorite movie, favorite, anything that you can kind of incorporate some type of quality time with them the best you can. Yeah, parents do have their own stuff going on. That's so true. So true. If they did enough to, if if they're old enough to cook, yeah, make their favorite meal. I definitely agree and eat it together, right? Or their favorite dessert. If they got their favorite ice cream up in there, especially if it's your mama. If her favorite ice cream is in there, in that freezer, and she ain't on the diet or anything like that, or watching her weight, go ahead and get that, pull up that ice cream and and put it in a sauce or in a bowl or a cup or something, and put her favorite snack or dessert or something on the side with it. My favorite meal, like they saying in the chat. Yeah, try to find other activities to do in the meantime. Definitely. And another thing too, y'all, if if you are in a single home, like a single parent home, and it's just your mom or just your dad or something like that, and y'all don't have a lot of money and stuff like that, there's other creative things that y'all can do that can save money. Like, for example, if you have some type of games that you can make, you can look on Google, you can look on YouTube or something like that, and you can create games, you could create desserts, you can create food or whatever that you have in the house. Games that you, if you don't have any games in the house, you could take you some piece of paper. um I know some kids may not know about hangman. Some kids do know about hangman, tic tac toe with paper and all that different types of stuff. You'd be surprised how you bring out the kid in your parent. If your parents don't want to be bothered because they're just tired, then you can also do things to give them space, give them time. You know what I'm saying? When they first come to the house, don't don't hit them when they first get home. Give them some time to relax, be to themselves, give them a moment to breathe so they're able to, have that time to just release the day, that whole day. If they working all the time, like my mom was with the two jobs and stuff like that, trying to get them some grace and try to get them some time to relax and breathe and stuff, because the world can be very heavy sometimes on a parent, as well as on the kid. Yep. My mom would definitely make our favorite meal and chill with me. Yeah. Be they peace. Yeah. Don't add to don't add to the stress. You know what I'm saying? Try to do things to be like a stress reliever if you can. Okay. Thank y'all so much for giving such amazing advice. Y'all are so awesome. We're gonna do another one. Do y'all have any questions or y'all need any advice about anything? Um, do y'all have any experience in that area? I know everybody's sharing their story and everything. So we're gonna go to the bucket and we're gonna see who else got a question for us. Chat. Let's see what question we pull out. So this person says they are being bullied at school. Wow. So if you are being bullied at school, the advice that I would give to you would be, try to tell the adults at that school. Um, if you need to sneak a note, if you feel threatened, if you feel afraid, if you're scared or anything like that, you don't have to verbally say anything out loud. If you don't want to, you can write a note, you can email, you can, you know what I'm saying, wait after school if you can. If you ride a bus or something like that, I know that may be kind of hard because you have to be, on your bus at a certain time or anything like that. You can write a note, slip it to the teacher or something like that if you feel, that they're going to continue to pick on you. Be able, make sure you let your parents know. If your parents do not know, if your parents do know, and it's not working or nothing is changing in that situation, then go over people's head. What I mean by that is, if you told the principal and the principal ain't do nothing, tell the teacher. If the teacher ain't do nothing, tell another teacher. Get it out there, you know what I'm saying? So each person know that, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is what's happening to me. You don't want to do anything in silence. You don't want to feel like you're alone in that silence and that bullying and stuff like that. Make sure you stress it enough that, hey, I don't feel comfortable. I'm afraid to go to school. this person is picking on me, these people are saying stuff about me and stuff, because one thing you don't want is to deal with that by yourself. So use as much resources as you can. If you're feeling suicidal behind it, for instance, if it just got to the point that you feel as though you're about to snap or you're about to just lose your mind, there are resources that you can reach out to that will help you. 988 is a suicidal prevention. It also has on the suicide lines, it also has the crisis counselor line, which is what I work for and stuff like that, where you're able to call or text 988. You do not have to call if you don't want to hear an actual person's voice. If you just want to text it, you can text 988 to talk to someone, because one thing you don't want is to deal with anything by yourself. It's a very scary world when you're being bullied and someone is continuously picking on you, because it makes your anxiety, if you have anxiety, it makes that go up. So when you get to school, you scared to go to school, you scared to get up, like you don't have any peace, you can't sleep at night, like when you think someone is going to pick on you at school the next day, or someone's going to pick on you at school the next day. You cannot function. You can't focus. You can't focus on your schoolwork. You can't focus on your everyday life. You can't be happy because somebody is constantly messing with you or picking on you. And I do not want that for you. I do not want you to feel as though, you have to deal with something by yourself, or it's never going to end, because there are ways and resources for you to make it end, you know? So, yeah. There's definitely resources and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely speak up and everything. So you dealt with that from elementary to high school. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. B in the house. What up, B? B silencing folks and hiding them in the chat. Oh, Lordy. So, yeah. Hold on. Say what's up. Y'all, remember I told y'all about my friend that we was like friends and she was like 6 and I was like 7. That's her right there. Yeah, so we've been friends for a long time, and that's one of the reasons why I tell y'all definitely to cherish friendships and stuff like that, because they're very important, you know. So, well, I am so sorry that you had to go through that, and I'm sorry that you were bullied. How did you deal with that? Like, how did you face your bullies or face that situation? If you don't mind talking, if you don't mind expressing that, like, how did you get through that? I said hi, Larry's. Yeah, y'all follow her too as well. That's my other best friend, Brandy. Call her B. She has a very strong testimony. She's been through a lot as well. And I want y'all, if y'all don't mind following her too. She has story and everything that she go through all the time. So show her some love too as well, So yeah, y'all follow each other up. Show love to each other. It's nothing but high vibration over here, nothing but love over here, positivity and stuff. So anybody in the chat have dealt with I know Brandy, I know B been through a lot too pertaining to bullying and stuff like that when we was in school and stuff like that when we were younger, as well as adults too. Because this is the thing, y'all, now you can be bullied as a adult. You can be bullied as an adult too. And of course Brandy, she has experienced that, being bullied on different platforms and stuff like that as well. people saying things about her and talking about her and stuff like that. Sometimes it don't stop when you become a adult, you know. So I know we're talking about bullying, and a lot of that is a reflection of childhood, for a lot of people. But we don't realize that we also can be bullied as adults too, you know. And it's sad, but it's true, Unfortunately, we live in those times, in that, what I'm saying, where we can be still being bullied, especially on the internet, you know, yeah, current situation, content creators, you know what I'm saying? You could be bullied as a content creator and everything. So, Brandy, meet my other best friend, Princess Army. Princess Army, meet my other best friend. And Sapphire, she's on here somewhere too as well. Um, that's my best friends Brandy I had for like 10 years. We met through, content creating. I had one principal who actually made the effort to try to do something. I didn't deal with it properly, fought back once, but mostly was upset most of the time. So I am absolutely sorry that you went through that. I really am. Um, I myself had fought back too before and got into a fight in school a long time ago. I was like in third grade with a friend of mine named Chantel. Brandy might even remember this story. I don't know, but it was weird. But she kept constantly picking on me, like messing with me. And I ain't gonna say her last name because I ain't gonna do it like that. But she kept picking on me and picking on me. And one day, I got really upset. She was walking down the aisle, passing out paper, and I tripped her. She got up and hey, I just snapped. I just started wailing and hitting her and stuff like that. I had been bullied for a very long time, so I had got to the point that I had enough. You know what I'm saying? And and I tried crying like to calm myself down, because you know how you kind of get like really really angry because you're really mad and stuff like that. So you just extremely angry, right? And you're trying to and you're crying because you're trying to calm yourself down. That's kind of how it was for me. So I just took some glue and poured it all in her hair and stuff like that, pulling her hair and punching her on the floor and stuff and pouring glue all in her hair. Y'all, I was only in third grade, so um I'm not the violent type whatsoever, or anything like that. But there's a time where you just had enough. At that point, I had told my mom, I had told the principal, I had told the teachers, I had told so many people, right? But it just was nothing wasn't changing. Nothing wasn't changing. I don't recommend violence or anything like that, but she definitely left me alone after that. But I don't recommend y'all go around beating nobody up or anything like that. Or yeah, Jesus. Oh Lord. Oh yeah. So, I mean, I couldn't take it no more. And y'all, the funny thing about this whole story is she bought me a rose the next day and apologized to me. So sometimes, you know, it 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 has to be, and she was young too, y'all. So I mean, she's a kid too. So it's not no deep stuff like we was only in third grade, and we was barely in third grade. We just started that school year. So I mean, we were very young, we were very immature and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that that's an excuse for anything, but we were young. We were kids. We were in elementary, like young kids. So um and I think that was like the only time I really had like a real fight over something like that, being bullied. This person. You had the person in third grade who picked on me every day. That wasn't the best thing to do. I agree. I know. You got suspended for that. Ooh. Oh man. Was depressed in middle school when it was the worst. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that. Yeah, I had a very bad temper too as well. Um, a lot of people don't know that because like I try to, keep a lot of that in and stuff like that. But yeah, I had a very bad temper too as well because I used to cry to try to calm myself down because people, they took advantage of my kind heart and everything. So yeah. So I definitely understand that. But at least you learn, what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't learn from the things that they do, what I'm saying, pertaining to fighting or anything like that. But at least you learn from that. So still has the mark. Oh my God. Dang. That's deep. That's serious. For real. Because it's like it's one of them situations where you just frustrated. You know what I'm saying? You just tired and you just ready for it to stop. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes a lot of times people feel like that's their only outcome is to, what I'm saying, do something um violent. You know what I'm saying, to get their point across and stuff like that. So I don't want people to feel like that's their only outcome, that they have to be violent and stuff like that. Brandon, you said something about Tierra. I have to scroll back up. You said that's what Tierra had said. Um, what Tierra said. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I want to see if I want to pull one more question, or do y'all have a question for me? Um, to see, we got some more questions in here. I hope I answered that person's question about being bullied and stuff. Let's see. We're gonna pull another question. I want to say we pull one more question after this one, okay? Before we end the live, because it is getting late, and a lot of people have to go to work and school tomorrow. So I'm gonna pull this question, and then one more question after that, okay? And then we're gonna end the live for tonight. So this person said that they moved away from home. They moved away from home, and it's scary because they don't know anybody. So it's kind of similar to that question where the person had moved away from home to go to college and stuff like that, and they have no friends or anything. So this person saying that they moved away from home and it's kind of scary. So my advice to that person would be, I'm not sure why they moved away from home or what was the purpose or what was the reason why they moved away from home. It could have been financially. It could have been a lot of reasons to go into moving away from home, right? Some people move away for financial reasons to make more money. Some people move away from home. I mean, move away from home to create a better life for themselves. Some people move away from home to get away from people and all kinds of stuff, right? So it's a lot of reasons why somebody may move away from home, right? But you're stating that it's scary. So it's scary moving away from home. So you must be in an unfamiliar. Of course, if you move away from home, it's definitely probably unfamiliar territory. Now, it could be some place that some people feel as though they've been there, like they lived there before or something like that. But if it's a scary situation and stuff like that, then of course, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be scared living somewhere. So do things that make you feel safe, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying, to make you feel safe. I don't care if that's, you're talking on the phone, walking home with somebody who is your safe place, but make sure you're aware of your environment. Make sure you're paying attention to your environment. Make sure you have your phone down, that you're not distracted at any time, place, or thing, right? Make sure that you're paying attention at all times. Even if you have to take self-defense classes, for instance, take those self-defense classes to be able to protect yourself. Even if you have to, whatever that may look like for you to make you feel safe, right? um, I don't want you to feel unsafe living where you're living at. If you do feel unsafe where you're living at, if you can financially relocate somewhere else and stuff like that, by no means, you know what I'm saying, stay anywhere that you don't feel safe. If you're meaning that you don't feel safe on the aspect of you're just out of your comfort zone and stuff like that, then I can understand that. It's going to take some time for you to, get used to being away from home. So give yourself grace, give yourself time to adjust to that environment if it's not something that puts you in danger. If it's someplace that puts you in danger, see if you can try to relocate from that area if you can financially do so. If you cannot financially do so, there are resources, like I stated earlier, through 988 that can provide resources for you for free. You know what I'm saying? That you can relocate and stuff like that, that you don't have to stay in that environment. There's resources out here to help you. There's resources out here to help you financially as well. So 988, call 988. They have a lot of resources to be able to get you to where you need to be financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You don't want to ever feel like you're going through anything alone. So those resources are definitely out. By us working the crisis line and stuff like that, we do have resources to be able to help people. Even if you feel unsafe, there's resources out there. But by no means do you want to live, what I'm saying, your life unsafe. You know, as far as if someone is putting your information out there or following you or whatever it may be, you know, sometimes the police are able to help, but sometimes they're not. And what I mean by that is it depends on your situation. But I know that 988 definitely can help when it comes to, I'm saying, giving advice with helping you feel safe and you being able to put yourself in a safe environment. For instance, if you're living with somebody who is abusive or hurting you or harming you in some certain type of way, there are resources out there for you to be able to escape from that person in that home that you can go through, as well as through 988, that is confidential and anonymous, so you are able to get away from whoever or whatever that is trying to hurt you or harm you in any kind of way. Okay, so I hope that they helped. um so you know so I hope that helped. Are y'all still here in the chat? Y'all kind of quiet. Y'all here? Are y'all still here? Put a one if you still here in the chat and y'all listening. Or y'all still here? Just put a one. Just let me know that y'all still in the chat. Y'all are? Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. All right. So before I end, do anyone have anything that you need advice on? Anything that you want to say or you want to express, or any advice that you might want to share, any advice that you may need, or anything else before we end the night? Because like I said before, it is getting kind of late and I don't want to be on too late, because I know Eastern time it is a little later there than it is where I am. So out of respect and for y'all and stuff like that. What is it here? You better not fall asleep, too. I'm gonna be asleep right with you. Stop playing. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. When it get past a certain people count, bedtime, 30 and 40s and up, we out of there. We sleep. We sleep at a certain time. So right. We done. It's past the bedtime. We out of there. We can only last for a certain amount of hours, and it's a wrap between what 9 o'clock and 10. You might get a little sleepy head. I'm telling you. That's why I said that I can't stay over here too long. Y'all gonna be in here snoring and whatnot up in here. Oh Lord. I'm on old lady time. That's what I'm saying. That's why I know y'all 30 and 40-year-olds, y'all I know how it is. I'm 42. So I already know. I already know how this go. I already know. That's why I'm about to leave y'all. It's getting close to my bedtime. But we did do a good hour, and I hope that, you know what I'm saying, the advice that I gave tonight definitely helped. I will be back. Not this Wednesday coming in, but the following Wednesday. Princess Army will be doing it the Wednesday that's coming in next week. Be sure to follow her as well for advice on Wednesdays. She gives good advice as well. So go ahead and follow each other. Put your notifications on. Make sure your notifications are for me. And let's make you a mod, my love. Hold on. Before I go, because yeah, that's just what I want to do. So, yeah, it's good to see you all. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I appreciate y'all coming through, spending time, showing some love and everything. So I appreciate it. Hold on just a second. So yeah, I appreciate y'all stopping by and stuff like that. Comment one more time for me, Queen, so I can see, make sure that you're mine on here. Okay, I appreciate it. All right. I appreciate you, Starfish, for stopping by. Thank you for showing some love. And I love y'all. And I hope, you know what I'm saying? I hope that y'all come back again. All right. I love y'all. Y'all be cool. Keep it real. I'll be back next Wednesday for the Advice Wednesday. Not next Wednesday, the weekend after that. All right. And I will be going live again this week and next week. So, but it won't be about this. It'll just be me just going live, like cooking, me talking about books and doing other things. Okay. All right. So I hope y'all enjoyed the live, and I hope to see y'all again. Y'all keep y'all head up. All right. Deuces. Holla at me. See y'all next time. Bye. Much love, y'all. Good night.